Welcome back. You know, when you catch a child in a little white lie, you know that they're doing it, but they keep right on going as if they think it's going to fly. So why do children lie? What can parents do about it? And what does science show on the matter? Joining us now is Dr. Tracy Alloway. She is an author, psychologist, associate professor at the University of North Florida, many more things, public speaker extraordinaire. Good to see you as always.
You too, Casey.
Okay, so let's talk about this. Why do children always try to lie? They always try to push the envelope a little bit, no matter who they are. They've tried it.
And I think, that indicates that they are developmentally growing. A big thing for why children lie is based on this idea of theory of mind, where they're realizing that they have a way of thinking, they have a mind, but also that you as a parent have a different mind, and that may not always align. So by lying, they're trying to understand, what do I know? What does mom know? And what does mom know that I know? Or what do I think she knows that I don't know? And so on. So they're kind of putting all those pieces together, and it's part of development. It's a fantastic and an exciting stage, though frustrating as a parent.
Right. Those little cagey kids, they know ultimately what they're doing. They're testing the envelope. So
That's
I guess
right.
It depends on the age. But what do parents do about kids that they see? They know they're lying. What do you do about it? I mean, it's a tough question because it's a broad sweeping question, but what do you do?
It is. So one of the reasons that, one of the studies that I wanted to look at is actually at 6- and 7-year-old children, because that's when they begin to be more articulate. They can actually, it goes beyond, did you eat the cookie? No. Then why are there crumbs in your face? I don't know. Or you put them there. So they're actually able to articulate a reason for that. But specifically, I wanted to look at how their cognitive skills, how their brain is developing in this area called working memory, their active memory. And we found that when children have good working memory, in fact, the higher the working memory, the better they were able to keep in mind what they were doing, what the experimenter thought they were doing, and kind of put all that information together. So we had a very simple task in our experiment. It's called the temptation paradigm, and it's called that for a very good reason. You put something tempting behind them, or in our case in front of them, and you say, don't look. You leave the room and you look to see if they're actually looking, and then you ask them, did you look, and why did you do that? And we found that those with good working memory were able to actually pull all that information together. So as a parent, I would say take heart, because if your child is kind of telling these little fibs, it's indicating that, first of all, that they are socially aware. They're aware of all of these different attitudes, that you have a different way of thinking than they do. They have good theory of mind, which is great for social awareness. But the second positive thing out of this is that their working memory is developing, that they're actually able to keep multiple pieces of information in mind. And finally, this lying behavior often dissipates as children get older, often because as parents we discourage that, and we should. And so also socially, no one wants to hear the liar on the playground. And so there's a lot of social pressure as well to minimize that lying behavior. So research shows time and time again that while it may peak when they're kind of 5, 6, or 7, it does decrease quite rapidly as well.
Does it help to unpack the lie, like you said with the cookie? You ate the cookie, and then you kind of say, well, no, I see the crumbs, and then you kind of go down that road and prove that what we know and what you're saying is not true.
I think it's a good way because it's developing their cognitive abilities. It's developing their working memory, that instead of just giving an answer, they actually themselves have to process what's going on. So it's a great learning opportunity as a parent. When they tell you something that you know isn't true, you can then ask them why, see what they say, and then evaluate that, but in a positive way as well.
Right.
You can use it as a teaching opportunity to say, well, the reason I'm doing this is because if you eat the cookies now, then you won't enjoy your dinner, and you can have the cookies, but just after dinner.
Well,
so
that's a whole other conversation I've had with you, is like the delay of gratification.
Definitely.
Right? For kids, right? The marshmallow test.
That's
right.
right.
You put it in front of the kid, you say you can eat 1 now, but if you wait 10 minutes, you get 2. And
exactly. And that's a great
what
skill too, because we find that when you can delay gratification, you're more likely to be successful as a child and as an adult as well.
I always think about what I would have done with the marshmallow. I know I probably would have eaten it. I know. Anyway, another story for another day. Dr. Alloway, so good to see you. Appreciate you being here. And you can get more information on her website, which is simply tracyalloway.com. You can pick up a copy of one of her 8 books now. I think coming out with 9. You got a lot. Go to her website. But this is one of the latest ones. The Working Memory Advantage makes for a great book. You can get it, a great gift. You can go and get it wherever major books are sold, or also off of her website, which is, again, tracyalloway.com.